Hi, this is Daniel Korn, a Publish America author, coming to you on a cold winter night in Wisconsin. Temperature's got to be close to below zero, if not zero. Anyway, as you can see, we built a pretty heavy gauge metal box to hold our heater. This is so that you have some warmth if you're stranded in an RV and need to warm up the inside of your vehicle once in a while or whatever, so you can get things done. Well, we've got a comfort zone heater here. It's a small 1500 watt heater that's powered by AC. Of course, we tried a lot of different configurations, and we do have a propane stove in here, a small one burner cook stove that was modified. But with the metal box, it's actually mounted to my workbench desktop, kind of out of the way, so I can work in here once I get somebody to clean house. The heater sits in the metal box. We kind of routed the cord through a lot of clutter here and tied it up so that the cord wouldn't get tugged on, because the main thing to keep in mind is that with a heater like this, it does have a switch on the bottom if it should tip, but you do not want to keep any flammables nearby in case it should tip so nothing starts on fire. You got to be safe, of course, and we always carry a fire extinguisher in most of our vehicles. And this heater is warming up nicely. It's at almost a full temperature, but it's got a little fan in it, and then as you can maybe see, the red lights on the top. We're powering it with a Harbor Freight 800 watt generator that's outside. And the main thing to keep in mind is when you're in here being toasted, you don't want the cold air coming in. So what we did to get the electrical power cord, extension cord, not too long of one, of course, keep in mind, from the generator outside, which is outside the passenger door here, kind of behind this heater, we actually used a 1 to 3 outlet adapter. These Vans, 86 Chevys, they run forever, but they do have some pretty fairly thin metal that you can cut with a jigsaw. So what I did was I cut a hole in my door, and whether you can see it or not, there is a 3 outlet on the inside, and there's a 1 external outlet on the outside, which I'm not going to show you in this episode. And just cut a hole in the door and then use a lot of caulk to hold it in place, and you could probably come up with a better idea to solidify it, maybe even mount it in a metal bracket into the door so it's real solid. But a lot of caulk around the outlet, and then of course we plugged the electrical generator from outside into the male end on the outside of the door, closed the door, and plugged in the heater cord, which of course you want to keep as short as possible, but you don't want them to be in your way either, where you might trip or pull one to tip the heater. And we've got the heater power cord. This is a fairly short extension cord, but it's fairly heavy gauge. And keep in mind, the higher your wattage and so forth, the thicker the cord you want to use. Thicker ones are a little bit safer for handling current. It's a 1500 watt heater, so we got our generator plugged into the outside of the door, which you can see we got a lot of frost on the outside and snow on the outside of the window there. And then we plugged the heater onto the 3-in-1 adapter here, and then we just ran a small cord across the kind of the front seats, which are kind of out of the way temporarily, and then we plugged it into the heater, and it's warming up comfortably in here. The issue in the winter time, we get a lot of condensation and a lot of frost on the inside of the van with no heat. And to be comfortable, you definitely want to use like a German mummy bag with a liner. And for the condensation purposes, which will keep your bags wet if you don't keep them dry, we put a bivvy, camouflage military bivvy, which is a rubberized shell around the 2 other parts of the sleeping bag. And I sleep like a baby in here. And now that I got some heat, it's going to be even a little more comfortable. So this is Daniel Korn, a Publish America author, checking out, saying it's not such a bad life after all.